of His power, each flower, each tree, everything.
Now, another thing, one of the things really, which really raise and, raise our children towards is helping the needy, helping the poor people. Why not? One day you as a father, take your children, whether boy or girls if they are young, take them with you. Buy some gifts, buy some food, put some money in some envelope. You take some envelope and you put some money in it, and take your children to adopt them, to train them. There are many families. You could find families, maybe 2, 3 families living in one room. They have only one toilet. What about it? This is a good thing to do to adapt your children. You take your child with you, children with you, in your car, or you can walk if your neighborhood is not far away, and take some gifts, take some food, take any kind of food. Take it with you and take your children and let your child knock the door of that poor or needy house and give him the gift. And tell my son or my daughter, this is our neighbor or this is our brother, a Muslim, all right? I want you to give him this gift. And you will see the happiness on him or on her, your child. If he notices this and you adopt him and you train him to do this, believe me, he'll grow up loving to do favor and to do good deeds or actually loving the poor people, and he will continue. But if he doesn't see you as a father or your mother doing this, how do you expect him to do? If you never teach him, if you never told him, we have to help the needy, we have to help the poor people, we have to love them, they are our brother, they are our sister, and you tell them, not everybody is, having the same house, not everybody, and you let him also not only to remember the poor, also to appreciate what Allah bestowed on them, to appreciate the ni'mah, to appreciate, the happiness he is living. And you should tell him, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are better than those. So because Allah gave us, He made it better than them, within we have to remember them. My brothers and sisters, I want you to know, if you only fast Ramadan, you only feel hungry in Ramadan, I want you to know there are families who are hungry all the year. There are families are starving all the year. There are families, if you are buying clothes every week, there are families and children, they only see clothes during Eid. And they may get it and they may not get it. So we have to remember those, our brothers and sisters, by teaching our children really to think of them, adopt them. Don't really just all the time, think about only amusement. You just all the time, I want to take your children only to fun fairs, to be happy. One day, take them. Now let's also talk about your son. He's about 18. Have you ever thought teaching your son the same thing I said for the 10? Let's say that you passed, your son passed this stage and you did not train him when he was 7, 8. Now he's 18. Would you say it is too late? Khalas, it's too late now, I cannot teach because I did not teach him? No. There is a chance to teach your son about this. Now your son, you don't have to go with him. You tell him, you a man, you are 18, I don't have to go with you. There is in this neighborhood, there are poor and needy. I want you to go and help them. I want to take this food to them, take money to them. All the time remember, Rasulullah ﷺ said, في كل كبد الرطبة صدقة. Yani, even if you feed an animal, you will have sadaqah. So what about human beings? If you feed an animal, you will have sadaqah. Allah will reward you. Another things also we should really adapt and train our children is during Ramadan. During Ramadan, it is a nice thing that you do. You take your children, especially the boys, take them and you buy some food. There are many mosques in many Muslim countries. They furnish, some food to the fasting people to break their fast. So what you could do, buy some dates, buy some yogurt, leban, milk, buy some fruits, buy some rice, buy some chicken for about, 10, 20 people. Take your children with them. Take your children, let them go to this place and let them distribute the food to the fasting people. Let them feel, let them have the happiness. Let them really have reward, because Ramadan is really one of the, golden chances to collect and gain more hasanat, more good deeds for you and your family. If you had a chance to go to Mecca to make Umrah, also take your children. Teach them how to make Umrah. Teach them how to put ihram. Tell them what's the meaning of Umrah. Prophet ﷺ said, Umratun fi Ramadan, ta'adul hajjatun ma'i. If you perform Umrah in Ramadan, it's equal like you perform a Hajj with Rasulullah ﷺ. Also, one of the things that you should really train your children and adopt them to know their religion, and also to be proud of the religion. When you go, if you have a chance to go to Mecca, to perform Umrah, whether Ramadan or any month, but especially Ramadan, take your children with you and your wife and your daughters, take them to Mecca, take some dates with you, because especially in Haram, they are only allowing dates to go. Take some dates, take some coffee with you. Take as much as you can. Give one son, some dates, give the other one some dates. Bring your coffee with you. Let your son, he serve the people. Tell your son, I want you to serve the Muslims there in Haram. Give him some dates in the small cups and give him some coffee. Tell him he himself should give the fasting people, the Muslim in Haram, distribute dates, also boarding some coffee for them. Same thing your daughter with her mother. Also your wife has the same thing, some dates, some coffee. Let them go. You will see the happiness, believe me. You will see the happiness in the face of your children. You will see the happiness in yourself. When you see your own children are doing this, you will see the happiness in the face of the Muslim. Because Rasulullah ﷺ said, Al-Muslim akhul Muslim. The Muslim to the Muslim are brothers. And that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّمَا الْمُؤْمِنُونَ أُخْوَةٌ. The believers are brothers. What is better than just sitting in that mosque, Al-Haram, in Mecca, and you see the happiness in your children, the happiness in the people, and also the good deeds and the hasanat is coming to you. So this is actually many things, to train our children. One of also the important things, that try to teach your son, who is really, many people they never thought about his son before he, let him drive. He never thought about teaching him how to drive. So the son, he's about 17, 18, his father forget about him, how to teach him drive. Now he goes with other people. He see, same age, are driving. I'm not saying this is to do with Islam or something, right? But this is your responsibility as a father. You the one who should really teach your son, how to drive. You should not let your son go and find somebody else to teach him. He may be involved with bad people. He may be people, trying to blackmail him. Because, okay, you need the car, you have to do so and so. You want to drive? Yeah, you have to do so and so for me. You want to drive? So you are the father also. Not only teaching him also to drive, no. You also have to teach him how to take care of some minor thing happened to the car. Many, fortunately, there are young men grow up and he doesn't know really how to fix his tire. It happened to me one day, really. I was driving in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, in a Medina road. It was late. It's about 2 o'clock in the morning. I was coming from the airport. And there is a guy, about 17 years old, with a luxury car, stopping in the middle of the road, and he's waving to me. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I pull up my car. I stop, ask him, what is it you want? What's your problem? He said, I had a flat tire. Of course I laughed. I said, okay, why don't you fix it? He said, I don't know where is the tire anyway. I don't know where is the spare. Can you believe it? I said, your father? He said, no, my father never told me, never really taught me, never taught me how to do this. He just bought the car for me. And so what I did, I said, okay, open the trunk. We opened the trunk. I said, okay, this is the spare tire here. I asked him to untie it. And I said, you take it out. He said, no, please. I just want to take it to the workshop. I said, you do it. So I taught him how to do it. And he fixed it. You know what he did? He said, thank you. You are better than my father. So you as a father, don't say this is, my son, he will learn by himself. What about this boy? Okay, I met 2 o'clock in the morning. If somebody else, passed by and he's a criminal or he tried to blackmail your son, and your son is in trouble, he doesn't know, can he find anybody to fix his car at 2 o'clock in the morning? One of all the things also for this particular, boys, 18, why not also teaching your son even how to slaughter a lamb, how to slaughter a sheep, how to skin the sheep. This is also things, I am not saying this leads to righteous family, but I'm talking the responsibility. Don't let your children grow up, raise up, just relying on other people. Why don't you teach your son how to fix a lamp at home? Why don't you teach your son how to fix, something broken at home? Fix a lamp, fix a machine, something to do with plumbing, something to do with carpentry. Why not? Because your son now in your house, one day he will be a responsible house. So would you want your son, anything, minor thing at home, even, just a lamp, burned, so he will go and call, electrician just to fix the lamp. He doesn't know even how to fix the lamp because of you did not teach him. My brothers and sisters, there are a lot of things we are really supposed to put in our mind and, as parents, because it is our responsibility to teach our children the things they don't know, especially you as a father towards your sons and you as a mother towards your daughters. There are some responsibility, the father is responsible, and also there are things towards the mother. You as a mother, have you ever thought, also teaching your daughter to do things that you have done before? Stitching, or bring, what you call, sewing machine. What's wrong with that? The righteous father or the righteous mother is the one who really take care of her own children and the father his own children. We should not let them grow up ignorant. We should not let them grow up just relying on other people. We should not really raise up, let them know what's going on in this world. Let them know what is the responsibility toward this world. Let them the responsibility about you as a father. Let them know the responsibility towards their mother. Let them know the responsibility towards their relatives. Let them know the responsibility towards their aunt. What I mean, let them know the responsibility of silat al-rahm, link between relatives.
Each man at each hour in all.
Many families, unfortunately, and many parents, he never really teach his son and the mother, her dad, what is her responsibility, this daughter or this boy, towards his uncle, towards his grandfather, towards his aunt. He never told him, today or this weekend, I want you, my son, to go and visit your uncle. I want you, my son, to visit your grandfather. I want your son to visit my brother. I want your son to visit your aunt, many relatives. Unfortunately, he himself, because he is so busy, he disregarding his own relatives. Then the son, if he doesn't see his father doing the same, he will really forget about them. And so, silat al-rahm is very important. Why not at the weekend, we take our children, okay, now today we are going to visit our aunt. You and your children, take them, your aunt or his aunt, just go and visit them. Also, teaching them how to visit the sick people in hospital. There are 5 obligatory on each Muslim toward his brother. And one of them is to visit him if he's sick. Also, to walk with him and carry him to the grave. When he sneezes, you tell him, Yarhamukallah. Okay. When he give you greeting, you respond his salam. There are many things we should teach our children. And let me go about visiting the relatives. When you go to visiting the relatives, whether you as a father alone with your children or with the whole family, remember, the etiquette of visiting. First of all, you should call before you go. Teach your children not go to other people until they know about you. Never take people by surprise. Unless your own, if your son, he wants to make surprise you for you as a father, that's fine. You as a father to take surprise of your son, that's fine. But to visit other family, at least, they should know about you. At least give them a call. We are in the way. What is your situation now? Are you free? Are you home? We want to visit you. And then when you go, you take some gifts with you. Also, Rasulullah also taught us that if you go to any house and you knock the door 3 times, or the bell nowadays, because we have a bell, 3 times, and nobody answer you, just leave. Okay? And if they open the door, if they tell you, go, you go. It's better for you. Don't be angry. Don't be upset. As a matter of fact, this is the sunnah. Many people, many parents don't teach their children. I repeat, it is a sunnah that when you go to any house, especially if they don't know about you, if you ring the bell or knock the door 3 times and they don't answer you, or if they tell you, please leave, leave. It's better for you. Don't be sad. It's better for you. إِذَا قِيلَ لَكُمْ ارْجِعُوا فَارْجِعُوا. This is the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you come to a house and you knock the door or ring the bell 3 times and nobody answer you, or if they said, please go away, we are not ready to receive you, go away. Rather insisting to enter. or getting upset because it is your fault. You came to them without knowing. That's why I say anytime you want to go to visit a family, you should really, or visit any house, give them a call and let them know about you. There are also many things, concerning the boys and girls. Also, as you as a father, have you ever yourself thought about teaching your son how to fix his car? There are very minor things in the car, many people unfortunately, doing. Have you ever taught your son that you should check your car, my son, anytime you want to start the engine, check the water, check the oil. My brother and sister, I repeat, you may say, this is what has to do with Rice family. I said, the reason I said, I am talking from responsibility of you as a father. These things is minor things, but we have to take care of it. Many, boys, all what he knows is just to start the engine and to drive the car. But he never check the oil, he never check the water, because his father did not taught him. That's what I meant as a responsible father. Have you ever taught your son to take care of these things? This is what I meant. What about the daughter? Also you mother. Have you ever taught your daughter how to press clothes, how to cook, how to sweep the house? Nowadays there is no sweeping, there is vacuum cleaner. Doesn't she maybe, saying, poet or repeating something with her homework while she's standing, and it doesn't cost her anything. And this not done every day. In places, in houses nowadays, which is, furnished, and they have, carpet. Maybe you don't do this every day. Maybe only twice a week. This is actually the responsibility of we as parents towards our children. Actually, there are many things for you as a father and mother that you should really take care of it. There are also very important things concerning, the boy. Is, of course, taking care of things himself. Don't buy clothes for your son. Don't go buy. Some parents, until his son reach 18, 20 years old, he is the one go buy clothes for him. He's a man now. He's a man. He's not, 7 years old. You buy his clothes. Give him a chance to select. Give him a chance to express his opinion. He's a man. Unfortunately, honest to God, there are some parents, fathers, until his son reach 18, he never give him a chance to buy his own clothes. He still insists on him that I buy because it's not your responsibility. You know nothing. What do you know about clothes? If he's saying, well, what do you know? It is your fault because you never give him a chance to know how to buy his clothes. There are things, our religion commanded us to do to teach our son, especially the son. Because Umar ibn Khattab said, teach your children, especially the boys, how to swim, how to shoot, and how to ride horses. علموا أولادكم السباحة والرماية وركوب الخيل. Teach your sons swimming, shooting, riding horses. Unfortunately, nowadays we see cowboys. They ride the horse better than us Muslims. So it is, would you say now, why should I teach my son riding horses? Why should I teach my son, shooting? I'm not telling you, or swimming. Swimming is very important because you never know, one day your son is end up in swimming and all his friends swimming and he cannot swim. They make laugh and make fun of him. Suppose your son is in a ship, in a tourist. He's taking, going on a ship. Or at least, with his friends. And everybody is enjoying swimming, or something happened to them and he doesn't swim. What's wrong with that? Shooting, it doesn't mean to shooting that you go and shoot people. But if he wants to go for hunting, it is good for the man to know how to shoot. It is good for the man to know how to ride horses. Why not your son, teach your son how to ride horse, if you can afford, so he can participate in racing, participate in competition, and he won prizes. You don't want to be your son really, one day he has too many cups in his room because he really won prizes for horse racing. Why not? You don't want your son to have prizes because he won prizes because of swimming. You don't want your son to see prizes because of shooting. I understand. Yes, the best prize for our children we want is Jannah, definitely. But these things I mentioned does not contradict with Islam. Does not contradict. Same thing also for the girls. There's nothing wrong to teach your daughter swimming. Forget about horse riding or shooting, but at least swimming. Because if you as a father can afford to have a swimming pool in your house, why not? Let them enjoy. And they will not enjoy if you don't teach them swimming. Would you find other people to teach them? Would you want to see your daughter really going to other people, house, or other people, your son go with other people to teach him swimming? Why not? These things actually, it is good to, you as a father, you should really care that my children really are the best children. Every father, he loves nothing more than to see his child better than him. So don't expect your child to be better than you if you don't teach him, if you don't at least guide him to things he doesn't know. Same thing, the mother. She wants also her daughter to be better than her. There are also things we have to teach our children how to be, when they are students, how to be good example in school, whether he's a boy or girl. We have to teach him how to respect his teachers. We have to teach her how to respect her teacher, how to respect his classmates, how to do his homework, how to be a good example, how to be how can our son or our daughter always get A mark, high marks? How can he study? What is the best time to study? How do you do homework? How to be a good example in the school? How to respect, how to have some manners? Every school has really another, if we want to talk about school, also it will take a long time. Then also the street has etiquette. You should teach our children how to be polite in street, how to be really to respect other people. Rasulullah said, إِمَاطَةُ الْأَذَى عَنَ الطَّرِيقِ صَدَقَةٌ. If you walk in the street and you found something rubbish or garbage or a stone or anything could really hurt other, if you take this garbage and you put it away, you are actually gaining sadaqah. Why not teaching our children? When you see something in the road, take it away. When you see a man need help, help him. You also, you woman, when you see a woman need help in the street, why not helping her? There are many things. Also in public, when you are usually in public also, you should really teach your children, when you see an old man coming, you should really respect him. Because if your child grow up, whether a boy or girl, in respecting elderly, he will really also continue respecting all people and all society. We have to understand that. We have to realize our responsibility to our children. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will judge us in the day of judgment. That if we are not really doing our role, our responsibility to our children. We have all of us Muslim, we have really to have a target in our eyes in the future to have righteous family. What I mentioned for on this topic is only a brief, believe me. There are many things we as parents, as father, mother, should, we have a lot of responsibility. We have a very, really deep role, and we have a big responsibility towards our society and toward our children. So I hope, inshallah, that in the future, we have a plan and to have righteous family. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accept our good deeds. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to have righteous family. I pray to Allah ta'ala to all family and the members to be righteous. هذا صلى الله عليه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
We are the Muslim Ummah, and each day that goes by, the harder we try. In gratitude we pray to Allah. Chosen as part of the best of mankind, we spread the word of Islam. Each man at each hour, in awe of His power, each flower